There was very targeted comments. There were direct messages, emails, phone calls to my friends looking for me. I received mail at the house. I got sent pictures of dead kids because I was told that as a crisis actor, I didn't really know what a dead kid looked like. So this is what it should look like.
That is Nicole Hockley, whose son Dylan was just 6 years old when he was murdered at Sandy Hook, which is an unimaginable thing to go through. And it doesn't seem like anything could be worse, and yet there are people in this world who found a way to make it worse because they harassed her for years and years and years because an insane person on the internet wanted something to rage about and make a bunch of money selling stay hard pills or whatever. And so Alex Jones's trial continues, and parents like Nicole have to recount the absolutely horrendous experiences they've had at the hands of his mob of lunatics. Even this trial, by the way, let's not forget, is a traumatic thing for her to have to go through. Her entire life, every day since Sandy Hook, has had to be about the worst thing that ever happened to her because the most evil, deranged people in the world will not allow her a moment to maybe get some sort of peace, some sort of distance or clarity on this horrible experience. And so I can't imagine what it's like to have to talk about this, but I am glad that there are people like Nicole, as well as a number of other parents who lost their kids tragically at Sandy Hook that are continuing to testify and make it unavoidable for everyone to acknowledge how horrendous it was, what Alex Jones did to these people. Emma, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we talked a bit about this in the context of the QAnon folks and how there's like this religious framework by which they view Donald Trump and they view the world by extension of him. And there is another piece to that. There's a narcissism too involved in that, which is what conspiracy theories that are not, about actually challenging the powerful say. If you're looking into, who actually killed Malcolm X or MLK or JFK, right? Those have value. What this doesn't have any value. All it does is demonize regular people to feed a narcissism with alienated people, probably consuming Alex Jones's content, who want to feel like they have access to a certain kind of special knowledge that they get to investigate and that they get to look into. Hey, the mainstream media who's saying that this horrible, brutal, just unconscionable, unimaginable thing happened to these parents, they're lying to you. I have something entirely contrasting that I can provide for you. And you can consume this media because it's very different than what your friends or what your parents or what everybody else is engaging in. And you're special. You have access to the secret knowledge. And hey, now everyone's lying to you. Aren't you angry about that? Aren't you gonna start harassing these parents who have gone through the most heart-wrenching, just like I can't even think about the pain that they endured and continue to endure to this day? Time to harass them. They're lying to you. They're the real problem. And that is what is so insidious about just what Alex Jones does regularly and the fallout from this particular act of malfeasance on his part.
Exactly. Yeah, and to do it because you are insane enough to believe it is bad enough, but to do it because you want to make more millions of dollars is just insane. You're a multi-millionaire willing to put people through unimaginable suffering so you can have more irrelevant money that has no impact on your quality of life. Can you think of anything more evil than that? And he's not the only person. It's not the only grifty conspiracy theory for profit that has left a trail of victims in its wake. But this one broke through, I think, because it is so reprehensible, and the campaign against these parents lasted so long. They're still getting harassment to this day, in no small part because of the trial, that thankfully it's getting people to acknowledge this massive problem we have in our culture.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.